From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. I think Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Everybody here?
Yeah.
Damn it, Maury, Shem, Deepa. Hello.
Present.
Let's give Deepa goosebumps. So I don't know if you saw this, Deepa. Vanessa Hudgens on Kelly Clarkson talking about how she has gone face first into, like, and I mean deep into the world of the paranormal.
What?
Yes. Yeah, I had no idea.
Me neither.
No
I love
idea.
her even more now.
Oh my God.
Really?
Vanessa.
And just to be clear, out of everybody on this team, both Roz and I do not believe in ghosts.
Please.
Deepa's the only one that's very
Mocha
passionate.
does.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Like, there's audio proof of
Yeah,
him
I know
saying
that's
that
true.
he
I know.
does.
Oh, it was only recently Mocha started saying he didn't believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
You're a
Guys.
fence sitter.
Yeah. That's fake news you got there. Listen to this, Deepa.
So wait, is it true that you have a new passion in life? Are you obsessed with ghosts? I hear you are.
It's not really a new passion.
Okay, we're just finding out.
You're just kind of like finding out.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I've accepted the fact that like I see things and I hear things.
Wait,
and
do
rather
you
than
really?
being-
You've had like experiences?
Yeah, a lot of them over the years. Like even as a child growing up, like I remember being like getting ready for school when I was 8 years old, and there was like, you know, those ducks that like is like the duck thing that you pull to toy.
Yeah.
There was one of those on the dining room table, and I started walking, and it just started like going alongside me, and I was like, interesting.
What?
And I kind of shut it down for a while because like it's scary. Like the unknown is scary. So you can't.
Oh, Deepa's face right now.
Yeah. But I recently was like, no, this is like a gift and like something that I have the ability to do. So I'm going to lean into it. And I recently did my first like real paranormal investigation, like with equipment and everything.
What equipment? Like a flex capacitor? Like what are we talking about here? Like what kind of equipment?
There's a lot. There's so much on the market, genuinely.
What?
But like my favorite thing is called a spirit box.
Okay.
Yes.
And it basically scans radio frequencies really quickly. You want to do it in like more of a rural place so it doesn't pick up stations. And like if you put on AM, it just sounds like static. But something about the electricity that it creates allows spirits to speak through it.
Oh.
So I was sitting at a tombstone in a graveyard with my best friend.
Because that's what we do. That's what.
Well, if you're trying to find ghosts, like
you know
go
what?
to the graveyard.
Yeah.
So I turn it on. I'm like, "Hi, Sam. I'm Vanessa. This is Gigi." And then Gigi goes, "Sam, can you tell us our names? What are our names?" And then we just hear, "Shh, Vanessa. Shh."
No.
Yeah.
Did you run then?
No.
Okay.
Fact.
None of that happened, Deepa.
Oh, come on. No, honestly,
None of
when you
that
look
happened.
when you look at these paranormal shows, and as you guys know, I'm obsessed. They use spirit boxes in all of these shows, and
What
it
is a
just sounds
spirit
like
box? What is a spirit? What is a spirit
it's like
box?
a little like radio thingy that you hold, and when you listen to it, it just sounds like
Yeah, that's what Vanessa Hudgens was saying. Yeah.
yeah. Until something comes through, they use like radio frequency or something to like communicate through this box, and then they formulate words through the said airwaves. Something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Cool. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, like in layman's terms.
You're a great
But, okay. So
spokesperson.
if that's layman's terms, then I think we're all grown ups here. Give it to us in technical terms.
So when you press the buttons and all the calculus and physics are involved of
Calculus
you
and
know,
physics?
Yes.
you know,
Oh,
pressure
okay, you
on
don't
the
even know.
spirit box and
Yeah.
vibrations. Yeah. So
Yes.
that's the
Have you ever had anything follow you in the house, Maury?
Oh, yes.
Like, not shame, but like an actual thing?
So the answer's no. Outside of shame? Nah.
Deepa, have you ever had anything follow you in the house?
Yes, of
Yes?
course.
Yeah. Of course. I'm sorry. I'm
Lights
sorry.
that turn on.
I'm sorry, of
around-
course.
Yeah, of course.
So lights turn on. What else?
Lights turn on.
You've told the
there
story
was
of the
a
faucet
time-
running on its
right.
own.
Faucet
That's
was
right.
running.
That time
There
you,
was a
you turned
time-
that you turned the faucet on, then got in the shower, forgot you turned the faucet on.
You
Okay.
said that the cat talks to ghosts.
Yeah, Tubby gets scared and like stares in a specific corner of the house. There was a time I was recording a show and I had like a bottle of lotion. By the way, 3/4 full. Like this bottle was heavy, and it tipped itself over as I was recording a show. And I was like,
which is funny because you go through Maury's apartment and it is just all tipped over bottles of lotion everywhere. Right?
Mine's a bit different.
It's a skincare. It's a routine, right? It's what? Why are you guys freaking out right now? Like we know his routine, right?
Condo full of jergens.
Right? we know his routine. I don't know why you guys are freaking out right now. What's the matter with you? Okay, why you gotta make it so difficult?
It's the truth.
Okay.
Balls on balls of a vino.
Okay.
Unscented.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The unscented, the one Maury uses, is actually just called evidence free. Right? Like it's not. They don't actually say unscented on the bottle. Okay.
Mocha's so red.
Okay. Anyway, Vanessa Hudgens. I think we can all agree that whether she's completely full of it or not, this just does make us love Vanessa Hudgens a little bit more. Correct?
Isn't it flux capacitor? Not
Yes.
flex cap? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and we all know that's what makes time travel work. It has nothing to do with ghosts.
Thank you.
Kelly Clarkson, come on.
Thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I've been looking around for more good-looking news,
Excuse me?
as I do. And what?
And you can't find any.
What? I get it on my feed, right? I told you that. Any stories about good-looking people goes to my RSS feed, and then I just compile them, and then when I find a good one, I bring it to the show, right?
Okay.
Who doesn't love good-looking news? Everybody
People that
loves.
aren't good looking.
Yeah, well, you know what? There's a lot of other stuff in their life that I'm sure they're unhappy about too.
Us uggos over here.
So let me tell you what's going on in the world of good-looking news today.
Please.
Okay, so toxoplasmosis is transmitted mainly through undercooked meat and in cat poop. Okay, so any cat owner with a litter box probably has this. It's a parasite. Now, researchers at a university in Finland analyzed the data of 213 adults, those carrying the parasite toxoplasmosis. And they found these people to be considerably more attractive.
Oh.
So, what we're saying today in good-looking news is that if you own a cat, you are better looking. Also, according to research, you're slimmer, healthier, and have more sex. Okay?
Wow.
I used to have 2 cats.
Mm-hmm. And how did you look then? Better than now?
No, I did. I'm justifying your research.
Exactly. They compared, okay, what are you looking at me like that for, Mocha?
I'm not.
Roz has
Okay.
you. How many cats do you have?
Well, now we have 4.
Why do you roll your eyes
Wait,
like that?
what? 4?
Yeah. So Catherine sent me, she sent me a DM not that long ago, and it was a screenshot of just a Google search, and what she searched for was how many cats is too many cats.
What was the answer?
More than 4. So we now have a new cat in the house.
Oh my God!
a new
Congratulations!
baby. Thank you very much.
Lisa
Thank you
is
very
so
much.
excited.
So I'm only going to get better looking now.
What's the cat's name?
Birdie.
Oh, that's so cute.
I wanted to call it Shirley, but the girls didn't go for it. So Birdie is the new cat. She's a baby. She's dumb and awesome, and I love her. So they compared the self-perceived attractiveness, number of sexual partners, number of minor ailments, body mass index, mate value, hand grip strength, facial symmetry, and your face width to height ratio, because that's very important if you're good looking. You know all about this. Between individuals who had the parasite and those who were not infected. The results published found that men and women who were infected by the parasite had more asymmetrical facial features and were perceived as being more attractive and healthier than the non-infected subjects. So basically the non-cat owners. The infected female participants had more confidence, had a higher number of sexual partners than those who were not affected. Men who were infected were also 3 centimeters taller, boasted dominant masculine facial features, and had higher levels of testosterone. So cat owners.
Can the parasite go from you to me just for us being together?
No, it cannot.
It's not like COVID, man.
And also, we're not together, Maury. Hate for you to find out this way. Awkward, but we are not a couple. So basically, today in good-looking news, we've learned that cat people are better looking than non-cat people, right?
I agree.
Don't look at me
Yes.
for confirmation.
Deepa, you fully agree,
I agree.
right? Thank
I have
you.
a cat. Yes.
And do you
I'm
feel that
better
you've got
looking.
better looking since you got your cat?
You know, I did notice that in terms of symmetry, my right eyebrow started to fill out just a little bit more after I got Tubby. So
See?
I think it worked out for me.
Tubby's the
Yeah.
name of her cat, by the way.
Oh yeah, Tubby.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A question for you. If somebody comes over to your place, are there worries related to when somebody comes over? Meaning things that may either put them in a position to judge your home, the comfort level of your home, this kind of thing. Like if you had to put a list together of the things that people worry about when company comes over, what would you put on
Like
that
me as the
list?
host?
Yeah, you as the host.
Yeah. See, we have 2 dogs at home.
Yeah.
So, and we're vacuuming all the time.
Right.
So I would fear that maybe we missed an area or some like dog hair didn't get sucked up by the vacuum and it's like still floating around on the floor. Or if someone
Right.
goes and sits down on the couch, maybe
Yeah.
when they leave, they'll be like covered in dog
Dog
type
hair.
of thing,
That's
right?
that's a good one. So how clean your house is number 1 on the list.
The temperature?
that people worry about. The temperature.
I just find that anytime anybody comes over to the condo, it immediately gets so much hotter.
It's because
hold on.
That's because you put one more person in a place that's 225 square feet. The temperature is going to go up,
My
man.
dad's always like,
Or-
"Can you open a door?"
Or do you guys like purposely turn up the heat? So
Like the air is on, and my dad's
So like when
"Open the
when your
door."
barber comes over, you're like, oh, is it hot in here? Maybe we should all take our clothes off.
Yeah. That's I went to a nudist colony one time to do this documentary, and when you walk in anywhere, like you're sitting in this room. We were waiting to interview. I was producing this story, and we were waiting to interview this couple who were nudists or naturists, I guess they call themselves. I don't know. And we were sitting in this room, and it was so hot.
Really?
It was so hot. Every place you went, the temperature was as high as it could go because everybody's nude, right?
Yeah, but then people, even like in your natural state, at some point you're going to start sweating.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it like at the point where it's, even though you're naked, it's so uncomfortable?
No, they were fine. They were fine. But
did you do?
the one thing you cannot do when you're around nudists is complain about the heat.
Right.
Because the first thing they tell you to do is take off all your clothes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I made that mistake.
Of taking off your clothes?
No,
or?
of talking about how hot it was.
Because then they said.
Exactly. And then suddenly I look like the prude, right?
Right,
Yeah.
So you just sat there and sweat through the whole thing?
Sweat through the whole thing. And you know what's interesting too is that I at that point spite kicks in and I didn't I had layers on, right? Like I could have taken my suit jacket off.
Sure.
But I didn't.
No.
Right? Because I didn't want to start to disrobe.
Yeah.
Because when you're around nudists, right? Like if you walked in to a nudist place and if you've never been, if you walked into a nudist place and you were wearing like mitts, right? And you just come in from the cold. When you walk into that room and you see everybody nude, you're going to leave your mitts on because you don't want to start taking anything off.
Yeah.
Because then you get the sense of like, well, why stop there?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. And it's
Why not take off your jacket as well?
Thank you.
You know what?
Right?
You still look a little
Yeah,
hot.
thank
How about taking
you.
off them pants?
Thank you. Anyway, so aside from dog hair and naked people, temperature. Sorry,
Yeah.
temperature. That's what we were talking about. The temperature of your place. What are some other things, Maury, that you would say that you worry about when companies come over?
Enough food.
Enough food. Okay. Yeah,
Why, 'cause you ate
that's
it
on
all?
the list. How your place smells is number 2 on the list.
Good one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Do you
one.
have smelly stuff in your house?
No.
No.
We have the plugins,
What do you mean the plugins?
like those Glade like the plugins.
Oh.
The smelly plugins.
Aren't they bad for you? I don't
Yeah,
know.
those ones
are
are
they
bad
bad
for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oops.
Why don't you
And
just
they're not
get,
good for your dog
why don't
either.
you get a diffuser and just put like
We have that
essential oils
too,
in it
and lots
stuff
of
like that?
candles.
Candles too, huh? With a
Yo,
dog? With a
your-
puppy in the house?
Your place
Jeez,
must
man.
smell like Bed Bath and Beyond.
I know.
Or not
It
Bed Bath
does.
and Beyond. What's the other place?
Do you get it all? Do you get it all going at the same time?
Oh, all the time. It smells like a wonderful bergamot
What's the-
field.
What's the? Oh my God! What's the? Bath and Body Works.
Bath
that's
and
it.
Body Works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Design
place.
choices is on the list that you're worried that you're going to be judged for your design choices.
Okay, yeah.
Do they have enough space to sit and relax is on the list, right? Laps all around. How more at your place?
It's my small couch.
Yeah. Maury has company come over. He lies down on the couch.
Once you sit right here.
Right?
More than enough room.
More.
Super soft, too. But not for long.
But like TV size, does that fall under decor?
TV size. Do you think that people are going to
If
judge
somebody
you?
are coming over to watch the big game or something.
Right. Believe me, Maury, if somebody if somebody came to your house to watch the big anything, it would not be your TV that they thought was too small.
Oh my God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You're hyped today, huh?
WrestleMania weekend.
Is that
man.
what
Are
it
you kidding
is?
me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame kicks off tonight. My wife knows. This is the 3-night. This is the weekend. This is my Super Bowl weekend.
Is it?
Right here. Yeah. Hall of Fame tonight. You got night 1 tomorrow, night 2 on Sunday.
When did WrestleMania become like 2 nights? When did that happen?
That was...
Because it only ever used to be Sunday nights, right?
Yeah, that started right when the pandemic started, right?
Oh, so not that long ago.
No. 2 nights started because the pandemic hit 2 years ago, and then WrestleMania was like a month later.
Right.
And that was their first Mania with no crowd. And that's when they split it into 2.
Do you know, my dad took me to a WrestleMania when I was a kid.
Which one?
The one that was at the Sky Dome.
WrestleMania 6!
I was at that one.
Hogan and Warrior.
Yeah.
Classic.
Do you remember that, Maury, at all? Like, had Mocha not just said Hogan and Warrior, would you have even remembered?
No. I just have a picture of me with a WrestleMania shirt and Hulk Hogan's on it. So I assume he was there.
Like a Hulk Hogan shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. You say things in the weirdest ways, man.
Does your dad still have like any of that memorabilia?
He has the program.
Does he really?
Is that worth anything?
Aside from like the cool memory of a night with you and your pops?
That's all you think about, huh?
You know what I mean? Like, you don't think about that stuff? You don't think about like that was a really great night between me and my dad.
No,
you don't.
No, I mean like we have better memories than that. Like,
right. What would you say is your best? Like the best sort of father-son thing that you guys did?
Come back to me.
No, it's only you.
Oh, I mean, it's like, okay, best fun. Oh, okay, when we drove through Memphis together.
To do?
Like, my dad won a trip to Memphis from a radio station. We drove through Memphis together.
You guys and your freebies, man. I swear to God.
Yo, what freebies did you score at WrestleMania 6? Do you remember?
Oh, he tells the story that we rode in an elevator and Hulk Hogan was in the elevator.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So when you guys were driving through Memphis, for what was the prize? Like, what was...
Oh, it was like a trip to, like, was it like 6 days in Memphis? Tour of Graceland or whatever. And then, so we rented a car, drove to Nashville.
And how old were you at this point?
I was like 10.
And what made it so special?
We stayed at a place called Trucker's Inn that had bullet holes in the back of the door, and you had to like sign out the towels.
The memories.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Hello.
Yo, Mike.
Yo, what's up, Moke?
It's Roz and Mocha. Mike is one of my closest friends, Roz.
Oh, yeah?
And Mike is currently in the car on his way to the airport, headed towards Arlington, Texas, because he is going to be at WrestleMania 38 this weekend.
No.
I'm so jealous!
I knew you'd love that, Mokes. I knew you'd love that.
Why didn't you just go, Mocha?
I don't know.
Like, there's nothing stopping you.
I know.
You could have easily gone to Saturday night, flown
know.
home Sunday, and nobody ever would have known.
I know.
Why didn't you just go?
I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway.
Dude, I could have fit you in my suitcase.
Shut up. Bro, come on, man.
I like this guy. Why aren't you and I friends?
Shut up, both of you. Anyway, I know Mike is really good friends with Edge, who's wrestling this weekend as well. Yeah. So, are you pumped or what?
Dude, I'm currently on the Park and Fly bus to the airport. It's hilarious.
You're friends with a guy who's going to be wrestling at WrestleMania, and you're doing Park and Fly to go down there?
Hey, man, I'm just a voice actor. I don't make the big bucks that Edge makes.
Yeah, I know, but even still, you know what I mean? Like, I think he'd help you out a little bit.
Oh, also, Mike here has Damn It Maury's dream job.
Which is what? What do you do, Mike?
I'm that guy that you hear all the time on TV and radio and the movies. and such.
No,
Mike-
I'm that guy.
No, Mike is a voice actor, and he does like when you watch commercials and you hear, and there's a lot that have his voice on there, including our show.
Oh, really? Are you on our show? You commercials for this show?
Yeah,
Mike, like what? Give me an example of a recent thing you've done.
Okay, here's a famous one.
Yeah.
So Mike does a lot of the voice work or all the voice work for Cineplex.
Oh, that's a big account.
Really?
Yeah. Look at Maury's face.
Well, poor Maury. Come on. Okay. A theater seat is not a footrest.
That's
Anytime you pick the seat in front of you, it's annoying to everyone around you. Don't be a Susie seat kicker.
That's you.
You're Susie seat kicker?
Yeah. He's also Tommy Texter. Don't be a Tommy Texter. Yes.
Oh my God.
We got the real life Tommy Texter shamer?
You have a good voice. Oh man.
That's awesome. That's so
Yo,
great.
Mike, love you, bro. Have a great WrestleMania weekend, man. I'm so jealous, and please text me every chance you get.
Thanks, boys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Well, how's everybody feeling after WrestleMania weekend? Yo, group chat was going nuts on Saturday.
Was it? Yeah. Not the one I'm in, though. Thank God.
No. Shem, myself, and two other dudes. And it was
Maury
pretty crazy.
Maury doesn't even like wrestling. He still feels left out. I do not feel left out.
No.
I am A-okay with that. Every now and then, Mocha sends something to me that he's like, oh, that was supposed to go to the wrestling group chat. And I'm like, what do you guys even do over there? I'm like, what are you doing over there?
Maybe I'll screenshot a couple of things that happened in the chat and I'll post it on IG.
So what are your thoughts on WrestleMania? Was it a good show?
Yeah, dude, it was amazing.
Hey.
Saturday night was way bigger than last night's.
Was it? Yeah, Saturday night was the big night?
Huge.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, how did Logan Paul do?
Logan Paul was absolutely incredible. Like this
Really,
guy put in the work. And I was really surprised. I didn't think that he was going to be that good of a wrestler.
Yeah.
Like for his capability. I thought he would just go in and like do a couple of chump moves and that's it, right? It was a tag match. But he did great. He did like a move off the top turnbuckle and like flew in the air. He shocked a lot of people. And like immediately after the match, his name was trending because people were giving him his props.
Were the fans liking him or no?
They hated him, but that's exactly what you wanted out of him, right? He has such a punchable face, right?
Yeah.
And he was phenomenal. He was
Is that
really
where he
good.
showed up wearing like that Pokemon card worth millions?
That's it.
Yeah.
So what is that? What is that?
I didn't watch. I saw it on social.
He has like a $5 million Pokemon card that he turned into a necklace. Is that the deal?
Has it hanging around kind of like a chain. Yeah.
But doing that, it just lost some value then, right?
No, because I think
it's in a
still
protective case.
Yeah, it's still in a glass case.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Stone Cold returned.
How was
and
that? Good
His
to
match
see?
was phenomenal.
Is he in good shape at all or no?
I mean, a lot slower than he used to be, but they gave him a lot of time, like a ton of time.
Did he win?
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
surprisingly, he did.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
Did he crush a beer can on his head and stuff like that?
Oh, multiple beer cans.
Yeah?
Multiple. But I let Cruze, my almost 5-year-old.
No, you didn't.
We watched 2 matches.
Yeah? How was he?
He was good.
Yeah.
He was fine. But there were some like explanations that had to go into what he was watching.
Yeah.
I recorded some of it.
Oh, you
did? Oh, no.
Oh.
What happened?
Oh, he just fell.
It looks like he hurt his knee.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. He kicked him.
What do you think you would do if you were in that match?
I would have thought I would scream.
Scream. Yeah. What happened?
He threw him on the floor. That was a very nice.
No.
And then the red guy with the red suit is not gonna win. Oh! He kicked him in the face.
So in the background, you hear Jenna go.
What did she say? Don't tell your friends at school?
No, she goes, we don't do this to our friends at school.
You can't do those moves to your friends at school, okay?
Yeah, you can't do that at school, okay?
But I can do that when I'm outside.
No, you cannot do that even when you're outside.
I mean, when I'm big old.
Like when you're
I
like
was
big
kid-
like those guys.
I was kidding.
Okay.
I was like,
But promise, we don't do that at school with our friends, okay?
kidding. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
What a kid. I love that dude.
After that, it was just bedtime.
No, really?
Couldn't stay awake for the rest, no.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What a glorious day today is.
Wow. Look at you.
Not for me.
Oh, why?
Damn it, Maury.
Yeah?
Is today the day that your husband, Matthew, finally gets out of the house and goes back to work?
Oh, I was so happy watching him lay out his clothes last night.
You're like, let me help you.
Yeah, like ironing his pants, getting his breakfast ready.
The pandemic is over.
He sent me out to get yogurt and stuff. I'm like, gladly.
So explain to everybody now.
But
So Matthew started working from home very early on in the pandemic, right?
Oh yeah, like when I guess it was last 2 Marches ago.
Yeah. So at the very beginning.
Yes.
Over
away.
over 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And so you had your normal routine was do this show, go home and just because you would get home sometimes at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. And that's still that's the AM. And then you had the place was yours for the majority of the time that you were there. You lived sort of like this single life, and you had an office with a computer. You could do work, you could private browse, you could do all sorts of stuff. And then 2 years ago, when the pandemic hit, Matthew started working from home, which meant that Matthew took over Maury's office and the condo. And so this is what it's been. And
Maury could only use the dining room table and his work laptop.
I think people even forget the stories from 2 years ago, which was Maury would have secret food. Do you remember Maury used to hide pogos in the back of the fridge?
Oh, yeah.
So then when he would come home after the show and Matthew wasn't around, he would cook a pogo and then immediately throw the stick down the garbage chute in the hallway.
I would order 2 Big Macs, eat them, get rid of the trash, air freshen the place.
Yeah. Yeah. So
what do you need to air freshen for? You're home for 8 hours without Matthew.
It doesn't matter. He would know. Okay. So today is the day that Matthew goes back for work.
Yeah, he did set up a baby cam.
Excuse me?
He set up a camera so that he can on his phone see what's happening until I get home with the dog. So my plan is as soon as I get home, I have to unplug the camera.
Wait, so where's the camera pointing?
It's pointed through the living room into the kitchen. So you see living room.
Oh, you see everything.
Right?
Oh, no. So all eyes are on you the entire day.
Okay.
And you can listen. There's a microphone on it.
Okay, so what's sketchier? Let me ask you this, okay? What's sketchier? Someone who leaves the house and sets up a nanny cam for when their partner gets home. Okay, that's option one. You tell me which is sketchier.
Okay.
Option one is someone who leaves for work in the morning and sets up a nanny cam in the condo for when their partner comes home, or when the partner comes home, they immediately unplug the nanny cam. Who's the sketchier person?
Oh, person number 2.
Person number 2.
Okay, now if you didn't know person number 2.
Yeah, but we do.
Oh, okay.
Person number 2, by the way, is you, More.
No, I know.
I know
but
math ain't your thing.
Okay, let's say if we didn't know the person.
Yeah.
Person number 2.
Person number 2.
Just wanted to make sure.
Okay. So are you going to every day fake a way to bump it and knock it over? Have you
No, my plan is just to unplug it and say, well, I'm home. You don't have to monitor the dog. I'm here to monitor the dog.
And then what if he says, yeah, but what big deal does it make? Just leave it on. I kind of like this. I miss the house. I miss the dog. Sometimes when I'm having a rough afternoon, I like to look at the camera and see what you guys are doing.
So I'll plug it in for that day, and then the next day unplug and be like, oh, sorry, I forgot that you said that you wanted to watch.
So you're going to do this every day now?
Every day?
Every day now.
Every day is going to be a fight.
I can't be watched.
Bro.
Yeah. Why? What do you have to hide?
Lots?
Yeah.
Damn, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Welcome to it. I've been thinking about this all day yesterday. Yeah. Damn it, Maury. Yesterday, in the condo of you and your husband, the Dammits. Damn it, Matthew, it was his first day back at work in 2 years. Over 2 years.
Can't believe it.
And for the first time in over 2 years, Damn it, Maury had the entire condo to himself, pre-pandemic style.
Mm-hmm. How was it, Maury?
It was like the most glorious thing ever.
So
it brought me back to 2 years ago. I was like, wow.
I felt happier and thinner, huh?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. We've all been there.
So take us through the day. You get home.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that.
Okay,
edit
Shem.
then.
Look at Shem.
Yo,
Shem's
man.
like 3 feet away from Maury right
I
now.
didn't even have my green tea this morning, and we're already here.
So you get home. First thing you do is what? The place is empty.
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
first
you
thing
and the
I
dog.
did was got undressed.
Okay.
And got into my pajamas.
Right. Which is
But
now, was that different from what you would normally do when Matthew was home?
Yes, because he would be home right away and I would, set everything up, talk for a bit, like literally drop my bag, drop my coat, pants off.
Okay. And then so you got in your jammies.
Yes.
Okay. And then you realized that you're all alone.
Yes. And then I opened up the bag of the tuna fish sandwich that I bought on the way home because I knew that, it's time to party.
Wow.
Wow.
You live such an exciting life, bro. Tuna sandwich at 11 a.m. in your PJs. Okay, so you have the tuna fish sandwich.
Yes.
And then?
And then I reignited my memberships to some websites that I haven't had in 2 years.
Oh God!
They said, welcome back.
Welcome back.
You had a room on your credit card for that? Or you planned ahead? You made sure that
No,
there
they
was
had
room.
a welcome back discount.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good for you.
Uh-huh.
Good
So
for you.
so you
Then I got a text message that he's too busy and will not be able to come home for lunch.
Oh, does he normally come home for lunch?
Yes, he'll walk home for lunch, like
Oof.
around 2 p.m.
Ooh, that's tricky, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You get that
so-
window in the middle of the
He didn't get
afternoon.
home. He left for work at 10 a.m. He
Yeah.
didn't get home till 7:30 p.m.
Aw.
Oh my God. Oh, that entire day just belonged to you, huh?
Yeah, like
Wow.
it's
Okay,
just
so-
almost too many hours.
So after you
You went from having not been alone for 2 years in that condo because Matthew wouldn't leave to suddenly in one day having 8 hours by yourself.
I know it should have been progressional.
What?
Like little bits at a time.
Yeah,
like I was given
we
too
get
much.
it. We get it.
So
we
after
get
you
it.
reignited those memberships to websites,
Yes.
Oh God.
then
Really?
No.
okay.
After that.
After that. Well, at what point in the day can you give us a timestamp?
Oh,
of
then I
something
went.
that you can
then
talk
I went
about on the air.
Oh, then I went to get ice cream.
Okay.
You walked.
I
so
walked
so
to
you
get-
got dressed?
Yes, and then I walked across the street to Rabba to pick up some pints of ice cream.
And then you got back and got undressed again, or you stayed
yeah,
clothed?
no, I got undressed again.
You got undressed
Wow,
again.
weird.
and then
Okay.
my ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now, why couldn't you pick up the party tuna and ice cream at the same time?
Oh, I was craving ice cream afterward. Like,
Oh, I
was
wonder
like,
why.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, and then
Oh, then I laid down and had a nap and watched
Yeah.
some TV. No, it was
Yeah,
great.
and then-
Just
yeah.
the best day ever.
It was the best day ever and cooked
at
dinner.
no point in there did I hear that David Morey got home and like the dog that they own that he didn't own pre-pandemic.
Right.
Like there was no like we walked down by the lake or we went for a nice big long walk together.
No, I'm not. No, that didn't happen.
No.
So that dog didn't go out all day.
Oh,
God,
I
feel
took him
bad
out
for
to
you.
pee, but that's not necessary for the story.
So, Maury, at what point now, like when Matthew sort of got home, like did you do coupley things? And when he walked in, did he say, "What did you do today"?
No, he never said that.
He never asked.
Never asked. Never asked why the nanny cam was unplugged.
Okay. Did you say you missed him?
I did not.
Did he say he missed you?
He did not.
Oh, wow.
That's what love looks like.
Interesting. Interesting.
But he did show off. He after work he went and bought a new like laptop bag.
Yeah.
He was very impressed with that.
Did
So
you
we
tell him
talked
all
about
the new
that.
stuff you bought?
No, I did not.
No, you did not.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Hey, it's Roz and Mocha.
Oh, no. Oh, hi. Hello.
Oh, hi, hello.
Hey, what's your name?
It's Adam. This is my second time. Oh, my God.
Oh,
Hi.
your second time being on the show? All right, cool. Welcome back, buddy. So Adam
Yeah.
said that he was listening to one of our podcast episodes, episode 344 to be exact. And this was the episode when we were
Yes.
talking to people about faking it and things that they faked in their life that
yeah,
they were
yeah,
able to
yeah.
get away with. For example, we talked to a set of twins who said that one of them said that she would fake being her twin sister when on the phone with their mother because the twin sister was sneaking around with the boyfriend.
Right.
And the mom could like never tell.
Right.
Stories like that.
Yeah.
So Adam texted and said he had a faking it story. Go ahead.
Okay, yes. So, so me and my friends were in high school, and, we were all just like, we just wanted to skip the day, skip class, whatever, as some people do. And we were all just like, well, how the hell are we going to get out of it? So we came up with a bright idea. We said, listen, we're all going to call in for each other, right? Sound like each other's parents, and that's way like they'll actually believe us. So we did it. We kind of all convened back at like the parking lot. We were about to leave, and as we're driving away, we were all talking about it. And we said, all right, so what'd you guys say? So my first friend's like, oh yeah, so like, I just said that you had a dentist appointment. And I was like, oh, that sucks, because I also said you have a dentist appointment. So my friend driving's like, you guys have got to be kidding me. Like, I also said, that my other friend had a dentist appointment.
You idiots.
And so did the last one too. So we all realized that we called in.
So on one day, 4 students in your school allegedly each had dentist appointments?
Exactly. So I got home that day, and my mom and her boyfriend were sitting there on the couch, and my mom just looks at me and goes, it's so funny today. We were both at work, and we both looked at each other, and we just like, hey, we should probably like skip work today. So we said that we had dentist appointments.
Oh my
God. At that point, the school already called all our families and told them what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
idiots. Idiots.
Yeah, that's why you always got to come up with a plan first, bro.
Yeah, like you guys should not be responsible for things like that.
Damn, Adam.
Absolutely not. I think that was. But wow, I'm still shocked. Thank you guys for calling me.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, Adam. Thank you so much for listening, bro.
Oh, thanks, guys. I can't wait to talk to you again.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I got to get into another slow-mo version of our podcast. Every day we're getting submissions from people, and I love it. I'm here for all of it. You guys are going to love this. This is from Matt Deacon sent this into us from episode 369 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Available everywhere, by the way. Make sure you hit subscribe when you find the podcast. When we release a new episode, it'll get downloaded to your device automatically. We release 4 a week. And it was discovered that when you listen to the podcast segments at half speed, we sound wasted.
It's true.
And when this conversation happened on the show, I just knew in the moment, without saying anything to anyone.
Okay.
I knew that people were going to slow this down and send it into us.
Okay.
Because Matt is not the first person to say, hey, here's a slow down segment that you have to share with everyone.
Okay.
So this was from when we were doing the DM deep dive. And with Deepa, who's here, by the way. Hello, Deepa.
Hi.
And the question was, how do you typically hold your mugs when drinking coffee?
Oh,
By
no.
the handle, one hand versus 2 hands.
Yeah.
And then Roz went on to describe how he holds his coffee
Oh,
mug
stop it.
and what he does with the handle and his fingers.
Okay.
So when you listen to it at half speed,
Okay.
not only do we sound wasted, but Roz, you were like next level. You ready for this, guys?
But my hand doesn't fit into I'm like 2 fingers, or like I gotta kind of figure out which ones are gonna go in. So often what I'll do is I will take my middle and my ring finger and I'll put it through the gap and wrap it around. And then my index finger is above the little thing at the top. And then my pinky hooks under the bottom part of the little thing. And then I grab it that way. And then I bring it to my mouth.
Stellar technique, Roz.
Yeah, that's so funny, dude.
All right.
So
Bruh.
If you find a portion of our podcast that already sounds hilarious or weird or fun, and you listen to it at half speed, and that conversation sounds like what you just heard, feel free to send it in to us, DM it to us. Include your first and last name so we can give you a shout out, just with Matt Deacon. But guys, come on.
And then I grab it that way, and then I bring it to my mouth.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is.
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Holly.
Hi.
Welcome to Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. What in your life needs fixing?
I was broken up with by a text. Who does that?
You were broken up with via text. Holly wrote us this, Roz and Mocha fix my life. Okay, so my dilemma is this. This girl I was seeing broke up with me via text. Literally the worst text ever. Should I ignore the text and just never talk to her again, or should I send her a text back? When did you get this text?
A couple of days ago.
Okay, are you okay if I read it?
Sure.
Okay, so here it goes. The woman wrote you, I've been meaning to talk to you about something. I know we've been seeing each other, but I don't want to be exclusive anymore. The way we met is complicated, and I thought I wanted something right now, but after some thought, I really don't. I appreciate the time we spent together, but the relationship isn't for me.
Oh, clear and concise. Move on, Holly.
How long were you guys together for, Holly?
A couple months, and seeing each other very consistently.
What's that? Talk right into your phone. Maybe this is why she dumped you.
A couple months and very consistently.
Okay,
like
so
texting all the time. We had plans going forward. The text really didn't make much sense.
okay, so you guys were spending a lot of time together.
Yes.
Okay.
And you were exclusive to one another?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you were exclusive to her, or she was exclusive to you, or both?
Both. We had that discussion.
Okay. And then, obviously, she met somebody else.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I think she went to a party and then met someone else.
Okay. So
why would you say party? Because you know she went to a party?
I know she went to a party for the weekend, and the first night everything seemed fine when she went partying, and then the next morning after that, I got that text.
Okay, so wait, what time did she send you this text?
It was like 2:00 when she got home from her party.
Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah.
A drunk text.
Okay.
Break up.
Okay, so she sent you this because she met someone that night and probably felt guilty because she felt like she was cheating, and then realized that feeling guilty is for suckers, and she just didn't want to deal with it. So she broke up with you.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple things. She already made it clear, like, it ain't happening. And it had only, not to diminish, like, the time that you've, discount the time that you've spent together, but it was only 3.5 months.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think in this situation, you don't need to, like, go back to her and text her or say, hey, I need closure or I need an explanation.
Yeah.
She gave you the explanation. We could all kind of agree here on the phone together that something happened that night, and guilt then set in, which is why she sent you that text at 2 a.m.
Yes, honestly, that is very true, I think.
Yeah. So like when you guys were together, it was like super good though, right?
Like it was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing that sucks, because when it's that good, you're like, geez,
What happened?
Maybe I can overlook some things, like maybe sort of one wayward thing, and you start here, because here's the thing is that you start getting to the point after getting dumped, and everybody's been at that point of after getting dumped, which is you're going to reach out to her, and then maybe she still feels guilty, so she says something nice back to you. Maybe even she throws in like an I miss you kind of thing, even knowing that it's over, and then you start thinking to yourself one more time. Right? Like, what if we can just do the good parts and not do the other parts?
The one more time is never a good idea, Holly.
It's
You
never
know
a
this.
good idea, Holly.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay?
Most times people
Listen.
during FML, most times people will 100% listen to what Roz is saying. In this point, do not listen.
No.
to
I'm
this
not
part.
saying do that. I'm saying this is why you don't text.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Because
You're going to get yourself in that situation of where you start thinking, just one more time. There were some real good parts,
Yeah. No.
Right.
Just move on, Holly. You're good. You're good.
Move on. But wait. Wait. How good were the good parts though?
They were honestly pretty good. Like I'd say some of these, like, I don't know, maybe it just didn't make sense, but like what was good was very good.
Oh, see, yeah. Yeah. No, don't text. Don't text her back. Don't text her back.
Move on,
Yeah,
Holly.
move on. Where did you meet her, by the way?
We just met her on Tinder.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't complicated.
Okay. So are you still on Tinder then?
Currently not, because it just didn't feel like I wanted to do right now.
Okay, I got
But you'll get back on there.
Yeah, you'll get back on there.
For sure.
Yeah, and then what you have to be prepared though. What are you going to do when you're back on Tinder and you see her?
I'm gonna swipe left.
Thank you. I don't know what that means. Is that the?
No, that's the one where you don't want
Okay.
them, man.
Okay. Good. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's what you do.
Love you, Holly. Thanks so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
On Kiss.
They gave Lil Jon a show on HGTV.
What?
Yeah, and it sounds like I don't know. Take a listen to this clip and tell me if this doesn't sound like the home version of Pimp My Ride. It is like, first of all, it's the most Lil Jon thing that you'll ever hear. It's Lil Jon being Lil Jon, but only on HGTV.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be cool if we go up?
Wait, what if we sink the floor down instead of going up? I don't know how much it costs, but think that could be really cool. Ooh, I got an idea. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a stage? You can't. No, I got to talk to
You
her.
cannot do that to me.
It could be kind of cool.
My God, I can't believe how great this is.
I am loving it.
What?
Do you remember? Do people remember Pimp My Ride, or do I have to explain what Pimp My Ride was? Pimp My Ride was a show on MTV.
Yes.
Was it?
Yep.
Where
hosted by rapper Exhibit.
Right, hosted by Exhibit, and people would bring in their sort of beater cars, right? And they'd be like, "Oh man, I really, I love my car, and it's not looking too good and everything else." And they would go, "We're gonna pimp your ride," and then they would do this crazy stuff to it. But we're not talking like a paint job, everything else. Like on Pimp My Ride, they'd be like, "Hey Mocha, you know what? We really understand that family time matters to you, and you got a lot of stuff to do throughout your day, so we're gonna make your life easier. What we've done is, I know you got 3 kids, but we've removed the entire back seat of the car, and we put the washer and dryer in it with a clothesline that goes all the way from the back to the front, so you can do laundry while you drive. Save time." Like, that's what they did to these people's cars, right? They put stuff like that into their car. They'd rip out the entire
As
car.
the show kept going, seasons on seasons,
bro.
The imagination of these people would get more and more wild.
And they destroyed people's cars. Okay, we're going to leave in, imagine this, we're going to leave in the driver's seat, right? And then everything else for your family, because we know you got kids, and kids are very hard to entertain on these road trips. What if we just got rid of all the seats and turned the rest of the car into a ball pit? Right?
Totally. Keep them entertained.
Yeah, that's what they did on that show.
I know. It was ridiculous.
It was really, really wild.
So this new Lil Jon show.
I don't know. I mean, it's HGTV, so you know that at the end of it all, it's going to be
Sure.
beautiful, because they don't do those Reno shows anymore. I used to love that show, Trading Spaces. Is that what that was? Trading Spaces.
That
where
was Paige something and Ty
Pennington,
and
and all that stuff.
That was the one show that I remember, like the first of that type of show.
Yes.
Where they went in and remodeled,
Yeah.
redesigned.
There are some great
house.
montages on YouTube that you can find. I think you had one at one point, Maury, for me, where you can go in and watch these montages from this old show called Trading Spaces, where Trading Spaces was neighbors, right? And it was like one neighbor would model another neighbor's house. Like they would switch houses, and they would work with these instructors these designers to sort of remodel each other's rooms, kind of thing. But only these designers were crazy. Like there was one episode where, again, just like Pimp My Ride, like everything had to be so extremely on theme.
Yeah.
So like one girl was like, she lived in like a suburb or whatever, and they were like, "Listen, we know you grew up on a farm and like you sort of miss that lifestyle. So what we've done is we've glued hay all over your walls and ceiling." And they walk in and they're like, "Is that hay?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's hay." And they literally, you couldn't see wall. It was just all hay that they glued over all like the floor.
You know how
and
much
the
it's
floor
going to
and the
cost to
ceiling.
remove that after you guys leave?
Bro, And everybody was
And
so
then, like,
disappointed.
repatch the walls. We got to prime and paint.
Bro, everybody was so disappointed. I sort of miss those shows a little bit. Like
The gimmicky?
I miss like design shows right now. Like I understand like everything at the end of it, right? It's all, Scott McGillivray and the Scott brothers and everything else, where everything at the end of it is just, brilliant and beautiful.
Sure.
But
it makes sense.
And it makes sense, yes. But I do miss when people would get to the end of it and then the homeowner would come in and hate it.
Yeah.
Like I do sort of miss that a little bit. Like
I wonder if
there's
we're
no
gonna
more
get that
misses.
with this new Lil Jon show.
I doubt it, but it would be great if we did.
What's it called? Lil Jon Designs Your House?
No. It's called Lil Jon Wants to Do What?
Oh, that is the best.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
SNL out here making a difference.
Oh, no. Why? What happened?
So there was a sketch on Saturday night that had Pete Davidson, their musical guest Gunna, Chris Redd take part, where it was a parody song on how watching or when looking for a movie to watch on Netflix, the runtime of these movies are way too long. And they aren't prepared to sit down and watch a movie of that length. They needed a short-ass movie, which was the name of the song.
These days, when I sit down to watch a movie, I can find just about anything in the world. But night after night, there's only one kind of movie I'm always looking for. And that's a short-ass movie. A really short movie, like at most an hour 40. Give me that short-ass movie.
A short-ass movie, a really short movie. Cause you know I ain't gonna sit here and watch no long-ass movie.
Found a flick about to pick it, but right before I click it, I look down right below the line, and that's when I see the runtime. 3 hours, 27 minutes? Bro, you must be crazy. No thanks, I'ma watch a short-ass movie like Driving Miss Daisy.
I'm not pushing P, unless it's under 2 hours. Like Lion King or Bad Mom, all 3 Austin Powers.
I heard the Batman was great, so I went to a theater and saw it. I pissed my pants twice. That was longer than The Hobbit.
Okay, so after this aired, people, like fans, were tweeting like crazy. Being like, yo, you know what? That's such a great idea, and we fully agree. So then Netflix yesterday tweets out and says, good idea, with a link. You click the link and it takes you to Netflix, and they've organized all of their movies so you can select anything that is an hour 40 or less.
Here's the weird thing, though, is I've had a 90-minute movie category on my next Netflix for a long time.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, it shows up on my thing.
Like, how far do you have to scroll?
No, this isn't. Yeah, they might have highlighted it because of the song, but this ain't new.
This isn't new because I go in there all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I only
it's I think it's called like 90 minutes or less or something like that.
I never make it down. When I get to my Netflix, I see whatever like the main feature is, and maybe I'm interested in that.
Right.
Or I will scroll and see what's in my list, things that I've saved, and
Right.
usually click on something there.
Really?
Yep. Or click on whatever the top 10 are,
Right.
top 10 trending in Canada, and then like whatever maybe one more category below that.
Oh.
So I'm only ever 3 categories down before I'm able to find something that I want to
so
watch.
you don't get down to the raunchy late night category?
No,
Oh,
I don't get there at
yeah.
all. That's why
Bro.
I was like, wow, this is actually a really good idea. Because then when I click on the link that Netflix sent out, the category says short ass movies, and they got things here like Yes Day, Happy Gilmore, Rambo: First Blood is
Yeah.
on there, Child's Play is on there. So these are all movies that are an hour 40
school.
or less. Rush Hour 2 and 3 are there.
Yeah. Oh,
They made
both
the
of those, huh?
category. There's a news article. They made the category March of 2021.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't even know that.
I've
See, I
had
never
that.
scroll down that far.
Because that's funny to me because you know what you do on Netflix that I don't do on Netflix. I don't have a my list thing.
You don't?
I never click something for later.
Never?
I never
Yeah.
have.
I go, and if I see something and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm interested in watching that at some other time.
Really,
I
huh?
add it to my list.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah, I got a full section. My
No.
list is like long.
No.
Matthew doesn't know how to do that, so he has Post-it notes all over the coffee table with everything he wants to
You
watch.
just click the button that says add to
He
my
doesn't
list.
know, so he writes Post-it notes on the coffee table.
Netflix should enable that as a feature to allow
Post-it.
like a Post-it. So when you go, your screen is just full of Post-its, right? They should enable that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
We're going into week 3 of Canada's Got Talent, airing at 8 p.m. on City TV. Lots of great performances and acts so far, and the judges this year definitely have their work cut out for them. We're talking Howie Mandel, Lily Singh, Trish Stratus, and the man joining us right now, Mr. Kardinal Offishall. Welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Morning.
How you doing, man?
Cardi, a.k.a. the mean judge on Canada's Got Talent, huh?
For God's sake.
How did you get labeled the mean judge? Because we heard about this before the show even debuted. And I'm like, listen, we know Cardi, like friend of the show, text all the time, talk all the time. You could not be any more of a nice, positive guy. You're so inspirational, even on your own Instagram. How did you get labeled as the mean judge for Canada's Got Talent?
So here's the thing. This is like a formalized, elevated, national version of what I do every day. So I have to keep it all the way 1,000% real, or else people are going to be like, Cardi's full of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love all types of different talent, but here's the thing. You're going to get buzzed. Like, if I don't see you having the potential of getting that golden buzzer, or I don't see you having the potential of going all the way and winning it all at the end of the season, you're gonna get buzzed. That's it. So listen, Howie is Howie, and Howie has he's a seasoned vet, so he's worked out his strategy of how to say no, and he does it in an amazing way. Lily is very super vibrant, you know what I'm saying, and she's got her way. Trish is the most polite. She's gonna let you down on a bed of 1,000 pillows when she says no. But I'm going to give you that buzzer. I'm gonna give you the buzzer.
I often find sometimes on shows like this and on this show specifically that you get the sense sometimes that certain judges let other judges do the dirty work.
And listen, I am not going to name any names, but I think that it has it's becoming a thing to where they're like, oh, it's okay because Cardi will be the one to tell him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
No shots to the other judges, but they know where I stand.
Hey, do you have a winner in mind? Do you already know? Do you have somebody in your head that you've seen that you're like, God, if it's not this person, I'm going to be shocked?
It's tough. The show has so many. This week's episode is going to be crazy. And I think what people are seeing is that every week, it's not just that the talent is, I don't want to say better, but it's I feel like the trajectory is it just keep the talent is more intense. And I think people are, seeing just the amount of variety that we have from east to west coast across the country. So, I mean, for me, if I'm being completely honest, this whole golden buzzer thing and, seeing who's going to win at the end, I take this thing super, super serious. So maybe, but it's it has to be somebody over the top.
Kardinal Offishall is on with us, the Roz and Mocha Show. He is a judge on this season of Canada's Got Talent. New episode, by the way, tonight at 8 o'clock on City TV.
Are there any, because I keep remembering back to years ago, I was sitting in a pub in London, England, when Britain's Got Talent was on. And this was the year that the dog won.
What do you mean?
A dog won. It was a dog that did tricks.
Oh, like an actual dog.
A dog won the whole. A dog won the whole thing. And this is when you realized that talent is completely subjective on how people, sort of judge it and how far a talent can take you in competitions like this. Is there a non-traditional talent that you've seen that you think maybe has a shot at going far? And when I say non-traditional, I mean maybe somebody who goes up there and does a trick where they almost kill themselves every time, or like a magician or a dog or something like that, something other than the singers, the dancers?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Listen, so I'll give you guys, without giving it away, there was an act to where they're like, okay, judges, for today, you can't go to the stage this way because the act has super dangerous props, and you can't even walk by the props.
Awesome.
You can't even walk by the props.
Awesome.
Because we're not insured like that. So we need you guys to go the other way. And when I saw what, I was like, what the hell? Like, there's some wild stuff, and there's definitely chances of body parts being dismembered, people not being able to have kids.
Awesome.
There's some wild stuff that happens this season. So absolutely.
There you go. Kardinal Offishall, one of the judges on Canada's Got Talent. New episode every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. And just for clarification, you are not the mean judge.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Hey, Cardi, but before we let you go, I know what it's like working on television when you get on a show that big. They have stylists who try and dress you. Now, is this you dressing you, or did you give up your style to a third party?
No, this is me. This is everything. Everything there is tailor made. That is a guy named Ghost Caviar who has a label. He has a clothing label that's called Ghost Label, and he absolutely crafted every single thing. So the turtleneck, the blazer, the pants, like everything. Like, he's absolutely incredible. So shout out to Ghost Label for holding it down. But you guys know me, though. Like, I mean... No,
I know. I know, because I'm watching you on that show, and I'm like, that is not a stylist. Cardi this is all Cardi gear. It's all Cardi gear.
Listen, even my sunglasses were designed by me. The sunglasses that I'm wearing on the show.
There
like,
you
that's
go.
a Cardinal design. I think the only thing... no, actually, because even my watch is that you'll see on the show. Not even the watch. It's owned by a and it's pretty rare. It's a black watch designer who's out of London, England, and their brand is called Vitae. So, like, I'm very conscious about every little thing that I'm wearing.
Wow, attention to detail. Kardinal Offishall, you know how much love we have for you on the Roz and Mocha Show. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy day to join us today, man.
My guys, anytime. Love to you both.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you guys watch Canada's Got Talent last night?
No,
Show.
I was winning a Canadian Screen Award last night.
Hey, congratulations, by the way. Congratulations.
I'm just kidding.
Congratulations.
No, I did not. Wait, before we get to Canada's Got Talent, Deepa, when is your awards night? Tonight?
Tonight.
You got nominated, Deepa? How do we not know?
We knew this. You didn't know
that
Deepa got
We
nominated?
talked about it.
We did a whole thing.
Oh, congratulations, Deepa.
Yeah, the Bachelor after
Mocha.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Deepa and Darren.
Yes.
So that's tonight?
Tonight at 8:30.
Okay.
That's
So
tonight at 8:30.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
That is amazing. Congratulations, Deepa.
So Canada's Got Talent. Yeah. No, listen. Hey, we'll all the best to Deepa and Darren tonight on their CSA Awards night. We'll see if we can run the table.
The contestants, the people who are auditioning for this season of Canada's Got Talent, it is by far the best that I've seen for any of these type of competition shows in a really long time.
Okay.
There have been some real good ones.
Yeah.
There have been some real good bad ones.
Yeah.
And the judges are, like, I know Kardinal Offishall, one of the judges, has this reputation of being like the mean judge.
Sure.
But when you watch the show, you can understand why he gives his honest opinion, and he doesn't maybe sugarcoat saying no the way some of the other judges may say no. For example, this woman named Rachel the Barbarian showed up last night, and she had like a shield and a sword like a metal, like what knights used to wear underneath their armor.
Chainmail.
Yeah. She had that full get up on, and I was like, okay, she's gonna do something to show off like her skills in that sense, right?
Yeah.
Maybe do like battle or something. But this girl came out singing. Not the most.
I am Rachel the Barbarian, and I am here to slay. Immediate giggles.
Okay. I hope you slay. Good luck.
It's the quiet in the distance and the stumble in the dark. And it comes without warning. It comes without warning. Ooh, you better run.
Kind of rough. Look at Shem shaking his head.
You better run.
Ow.
Oh, right away. Oh, right away.
Felt like I'm at a bad karaoke bar in the 1600s.
I think you're a lot of fun, but it's a no for me.
Yeah, they said, and she was the first one on the episode last night. That's how they started the show. And then
tough.
They get to this woman out of Quebec, Janique Fournier.
Yeah.
She's 49 years old. She's a palliative care attendant. And she starts singing Celine.
Come on now. That's almost taboo on these shows.
Listen to this.
I know I can survive another away from you. You're the reason I go on, and now I need to live the truth. Right now, it's a better time.
So at this point,
From this fear I will
they show the judges' faces.
Yeah.
And the judges are all stunned, shocked. And they're all looking at each other. And then this happens.
and they will see,
And immediately, everybody in the audience stands up. Like everyone starts freaking out.
The Quebec accent cutting through just a little bit, though, huh?
Yeah, big time.
Let me just say, this is exactly what this show is about. You have so much talent. That was incredible.
Listen, there is another famous French Canadian that I think you were on par with tonight. That was incredible. Honestly, I was super blown away.
You are an angel. There aren't a lot of human beings like you. Then you open your mouth and you sing like an angel.
I think you made all of Canada smile tonight. And Janique, I choose you.
Wow. So she gets the golden buzzer. She gets the golden buzzer, but the thing that I didn't know on Canada's Got Talent is that the host, Lindsay L, also
she gets a golden buzzer.
A golden buzzer.
Yes.
And she's the one that gave Janique.
Is she?
Yeah, she came. She
Awesome.
walked off the stage, went right up to the
that's
desk,
great.
gave the golden buzzer. Deepa's shaking her head. You didn't think that?
Okay, this is probably going to be a very unpopular
God.
opinion,
Oh
and
my
I saw
God,
Shem's
Deepa.
face is the same. I actually didn't think that it was like.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's that.
amazing.
No. I'm with you. I don't think
I
it's.
think you're both missing the point of Canada's Got Talent, though. Sure, it's about great singing, but it's a talent. She sounds like she could sing like Celine Dion very well. That's the talent.
Yeah,
But
but
like,
she
is
didn't
that the talent you
Go ahead, Diva,
want?
sorry.
Like to...
But that's the talent that got her the golden buzzer.
Fair enough. Shem?
Yeah, if she went in saying, "Hey, I'm going to interpret or I'm going to imitate Celine Dion," here you go. Great.
Yeah.
But
Guys,
she
but
didn't do
listen to
that.
this part. Like this part right here. Like, come on. Yo, I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what you guys say. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm with Mocha on this one.
She was amazing. We'll find out what happens on future episodes. New episode
Scandal.
of Canada's Got Talent on Tuesday at 8 p.m.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, let me play you this real quick. Hey, Maury, how are you, man?
I'm good, babe. How you doing?
You're good. You're a huge Titanic fan, right?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Mass. I would have been on it.
You would have been on what?
Like, I would have gone on the Titanic.
I fully agree with you on that. You would have 100% more. If the Titanic was launching and you were you back then, you would have spent every dollar to buy a ticket on that Titanic.
Do you know how many famous pieces of art are still at the bottom of the ocean because of that?
Because of what?
It's sinking?
I understand that more. I was kidding.
Come on, man.
I would have been
Spoiler
best
alert.
friends with the Astors.
Yeah, no, Maury definitely would have been on Titanic. But Titanic is one of those movies where over the years you've heard about the possibility of different people who could have played those two roles. And I love these stories because it's so hard to imagine.
Jack and
Rose. Right. And it's so
paint
hard.
like you paint French gals.
Yeah. Like it's so hard to imagine, people in these different parts. But this is an interesting one because on James Corden last night, they were discussing this, and there was a world where, I don't know how much of a possibility, but there was a world where there was a slight possibility that Jack might have been played by Mark Wahlberg.
I mean, Mark, this is the 20th, I can't believe this, the 25th anniversary of Boogie Nights, which is a film which still means a great deal to me. Is this right? Is this right? There was another huge movie in 1997 that you kind of came close to being in. What was it?
I think Titanic. But I was not offered the part.
No.
Basically, every actor in our age group was meeting Jim Cameron, and Paul Thomas Anderson was meeting and offered Leo the part at one point. When I went and met James Cameron, he had his Humvee outside, and I had never seen one in person. So instead of trying to talk him in to give me a shot of playing the part, I talked him into let me drive his truck. And so I just got to ride in a Hummer. I never got any offer or anything. And, and Leo was kind enough to tell PTA about my performance in Basketball Diaries and help me get the part.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thing is, I would never believe that because I think Mark Wahlberg playing that part in Titanic would absolutely, being the man that he is, go, shift up, there's room for both of us on this door. DiCaprio, I don't think does. I think Jack he's gone. Mark Wahlberg goes, hang on a minute. Hang on.
Slide over.
But slide over, we can both get on this door.
Could I see Mark Wahlberg?
No, you don't picture him as today. He was
Jack.
younger looking back then.
I know, but he was like, that was Marky Mark time.
Yeah, he was more jacked.
Right?
No pun intended.
Yeah, you're right. He was jacked back then.
You know, yeah, and for that reason,
yeah.
I can't see him.
No, I have a hard time with that one. Same thing with Nicole Kidman was almost Anna Scott in Notting Hill, which of course was Julie Roberts.
Oh, wow.
Did not know that.
Right? That would have been weird because I love Notting Hill. Do you like Notting Hill?
I'm just a woman standing in front of a man asking him to love me.
Does he like it?
Claire Danes was almost Rose in Titanic.
That I couldn't.
see. Yeah.
No, I couldn't. I still
you
couldn't.
can't. But don't think of Claire Danes from Homeland, where she's always got that face, taking a sink bath. Right? Think of Claire Danes from. Okay, think of Claire Danes from what was it? My So-Called Life.
Okay, maybe.
Right? Because that's the Claire Danes. Oh, sorry. Claire Danes from Romeo and Juliet. Because
Okay,
that was
sure.
that was the chemistry. That would have been the chemistry that
Sure.
you would have seen between Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes, right? Yeah.
Not Mark Wahlberg though.
No, God, no, not Mark. But Boogie Nights was so good.
Like Mark Wahlberg,
Oh, Boogie Nights was so good, man.
at his physique at that age,
Yeah.
he probably could have punched a hole
Well-
right through that iceberg.
Yeah, or he would have punched a hole through Billy Zane. Like that's the
Oh,
thing is
yeah.
that I don't picture
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg running away from Billy Zane.
No.
Oh, he also would have been
Right?
able to break those handcuffs apart and free himself in the basement.
Well, he's not the Hulk, Maury.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh my God, I got to play you this. So the Johnny Depp Amber Heard American court fight, I guess, I don't know what the hell you call it, case, is starting soon. And this was there was a defamation case that happened in the UK where Johnny Depp lost, and then once he lost, because he sued a paper for calling him a wife beater.
Mm-hmm.
And so he took them to court, and basically, if he was able to prove that he wasn't in court in the defamation suit against the paper, then basically that would have sort of cleared his name because they would have had to have gone through the same discovery process as if he was suing Amber Heard. But he lost that case, and then that's when he lost the job in the Fantastic Beasts movies and everything.
Mhm.
Like he took a real gamble with that case and lost.
Yeah.
Because up to that point, he was still working.
Yeah.
Right. And then it was after that he wound up losing everything because he lost. Basically, he took somebody to court for calling him a wife beater and he lost. So then it was now, decided that he was, in fact, a wife beater. So now he's got this other case against Amber Heard that's starting in the States. And the whole thing is going to be on television. And
could they do that?
It's on Court TV, yeah, because different states, different jurisdictions, they'll film everything.
But how do they choose? I guess if a big name like Johnny
Bro,
Depp. Like, why would you not if you're
yeah.
allowed to?
So listen to the trailer that they cut for this.
They cut a trailer?
Oh, bro, listen.
Come on.
Johnny was hitting me, and he was hitting me hard and repeatedly.
Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard.
This is going to be one of those big trials to watch.
You have these big celebrities that are going to be testifying.
Their reputations are at stake.
Johnny Depp was not successful across the pond, but he's got a second bite of the apple, this time in the United States.
Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Live coverage starting April 11th on Court TV.
Is this the first time that Court TV has put together a trailer?
No,
or something
no,
that they're airing?
this is what
because
they
I don't watch
do.
Court TV, right?
Yeah, this is what they do. Wow. Yeah.
And then are they going to be there live? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And not only that, but you have to, there are witnesses that are going to show up. Like, I think James Franco is going to be called. I think Elon Musk is going to be called.
Oh, wow.
Because I think
they're actually going to be there.
Because I think that Johnny Depp accused Amber Heard of having an affair with Elon Musk.
Oh, geez.
And then so I think that Elon Musk is on the witness list. And like, it's wild, man. So
Wow.
that starts Monday.
Oh, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, that was like almost done the podcast, and we still got to do so much more. I'm exhausted.
Well, you can. No
Like,
slacking. No
I know.
slacking.
I know. Hey, Mocha.
Yes, sir.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Kanye
girl.
West has dropped out of Coachella.
Dropped out or got kicked out?
Dropped out.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, sorry. Kanye West is no longer performing at Coachella. He's yet to speak publicly about his decision for backing out, but he was scheduled to headline with Billie Eilish and Harry Styles at the event. Now, he also said that he wanted to bring Travis Scott out on stage with him. And if you remember, when Billie Eilish stopped her show to give a fan an inhaler, she said, "We stop our show to make sure our people are fine." Kanye went off on that, and he had said, "Please apologize to Trav and to the families of the people who lost their lives. No one intended this to happen. Trav didn't have any idea of what was happening when he was on stage, and he was very hurt by what happened. And yes, Trav will be with me at Coachella, but I need Billy to apologize before I perform." And then Billy replied with literally never said anything about Travis, was just helping a fan. Could this be that he has too much heat on him right now from all the Kim stuff? Could this be that he decided to not perform because they said, if you bring Travis out on stage, you're done? Or could this be that because Billie Eilish didn't apologize to Travis Scott, it's a combo? So you think it's all of the things, right? You think it's all the things?
Yeah.
It could be all the things. Yeah,
I
you're
just
right.
think it's a bad combo of everything.
Yeah, so I don't know. He hasn't said anything, but that's a lot of people that bought a lot of tickets to see Kanye West, and I think that if you bought tickets to go and see Kanye West, and what's left is Billie Eilish and Harry Styles, I think you're going to be very disappointed.
Oh yeah, it's
right?
gonna be a sad show for you.
It's a very sad show for you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
And just like that, Austin Matthews has the most goals in a season by any NHL player in over a decade. Stamkos did it in. So Stamkos scored 60 goals in the 2011-2012. Austin Matthews got his 54th last night, I guess, tying the Leafs record that has been around for like 40 years or something like that. He's now on pace to do 65. Damn. Will he get there? Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's looking good for him. There hasn't been somebody who scored 60 goals in the NHL in 10 years. Isn't that crazy?
Just keep passing the puck to Austin Matthews.
My God, he scored some, he got a hat trick last night. He scored some beautiful goals last night. So congratulations to Austin Matthews. And I will say it because I know it fires people up on Twitter. He's the greatest Leaf to ever play.
At Roz Weston, by the way.
Yep. Come at me. And yeah, I know I'm old enough to know Sundin and all those other guys, okay? Greatest Leaf to ever play.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Martha Stewart's dogs killed her cat.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So her cat, Princess Peony, was killed in a fatal encounter by her own dogs. Martha wrote, burying the beautiful and unusual Princess Peony, the 4 dogs mistook her for an interloper, I guess like an intruder, and killed her defenseless little self. I will miss her very badly. Martha has 4 dogs, including 2 chows named Emperor Han and Princess Quinn, or Emperor Han and Empress Quinn. And then she has 2 French bulldogs named Betty Noir and Creme Brulee. Princess Peony Peony was one of two calico Persians. The other is Empress Tang. Martha Stewart, she is an animal lover and has done so much for animals throughout her career. At one point, she had 25 dogs and 20 cats.
What?
Yeah,
There's a picture on her Instagram of them like digging the grave.
I know. Yeah, she had to help dig the grave. Martha Stewart's not digging the grave.
She's not getting them hands dirty.
There's the cat died. There's 3 grown men digging a cat grave in that picture she posted.
Yo, Martha Stewart did time. When she's out here in these streets,
Right.
you listen to what Martha Stewart tells you to do.
But R.I.P. Princess Peony.
I don't buy the excuse that she gave, though, that they thought that the cat was an interloper.
Yeah,
well, they didn't have a chance to ask the cat what they thought.
How long, have they been friends or been around this cat?
So I did a little research, and I guess Martha was away doing something or whatever it was. I don't know, but the dogs were removed from the house to go somewhere else, and then she was commenting on how the cats were basically on vacation now because they could loaf around the house and not have to worry about the stupid dogs getting all up in their faces. So I guess maybe the dogs came back. I don't know what happened, but she said that the dogs mistake the cat as some sort of intruder or whatever. What? I don't know. And then
they've been plotting.
Yeah, they were plotting this.
Yes.
A long time.
Yeah,
you don't wait till mom leaves.
Yeah. You don't have 2 dogs named Emperor Han and Empress Quinn and Betty Noir and Creme Brulee and not expect them to get up to nonsense.
They're not trying to take over the kingdom.
I know, exactly. So anyway, R.I.P. Princess Peony. That's sad.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Tell me if you believe this or not. Selena Gomez claiming that she has not been on the internet in 4.5 years. Listen to Selena Gomez on Good Morning America.
I haven't been on the internet in 4.5 years. It has changed my life completely. I am happier. I am more present. I connect more with people. It makes me feel normal.
So
wait, but isn't she one of the most followed people on Instagram?
She is. I'm guessing when she says I haven't been on the internet in 4 years, that she means I haven't seen social media in 4.5 years.
But she posted 2 days ago a video with her and Steve Martin and Martin Short on her TikTok.
But she doesn't post that stuff, does she?
Oh, she gives it to people.
I don't know. It was on her. I don't know.
But so she doesn't check email? She doesn't have email? She's never checked.
Email's not internet.
Yes, it is.
Of course it is. How do you get
you
email?
use the internet
I don't think you would
for the
classify
email.
No,
the
but I don't
E in
think,
email stands for electronic.
no, electronic, but it's not internet. She said she hasn't been on the internet. Email is my Outlook. I don't think email counts as internet.
Email.
No,
if
I think
the
it does.
internet goes down, do you still get email?
No, but that's what fuels it. I don't get TV either if the internet goes down.
Right? What's the matter, Shem?
Nah, man, I got nothing to say.
No, you got nothing? Okay, but she hasn't had to check into a flight. Use an app.
I don't fully believe it.
I don't believe it.
She hasn't used Waze.
I don't fully believe it. She hasn't ever had to order an Uber.
Right? Never taken an Uber.
She's been posting selfies too, of her new hair,
There's
and
no
stuff.
way
So.
you're gonna post as Selena Gomez, one of the most followed people on Instagram.
Yes,
you're not gonna just go and post and then not go back to Instagram to maybe see how your post is doing or scroll.
Oh, no. I don't think she... No. I fully believe that she has stepped away from social media.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she goes near any of that stuff. People have organizations of people that take care of all that stuff for you. That doesn't surprise me. If she said, you know what, even though I post regularly, it's not me, as it is for a lot of people, right? It's not me. I have no idea what's going on there. I don't dip into there. I don't read the comments. I have no access to my DMs. Nothing like that.
No.
Even still, just regular internet, I don't
regular
believe.
internet to say I haven't been on the internet in 4.5 years?
I don't believe.
You believe, Maury. You're a believer.
I believe, absolutely. Because I know I agree with you, social media. She sends the selfies like a lot of celebrities do.
Sure.
But when she says internet, I think she actually means that she does not open Google.
Okay, but how does she send the selfies then to her publicist to post?
Maybe the person is taking them for her, and they're doing it the old-fashioned way, where she holds her hand up and the other person clicks the button.
Oh my God!
So extra.
It's such a production. Right?
I'm standing by Selena.
I'm standing by Selena too. I think it's dynamite. I think more people should do it. I just think that to say that you haven't been on the internet, to just live a life. You can't say that you're not on the internet. You can if you go and live somewhere where you have no access to it and you're forced to sort of live a life of like that. But to say that you've never, she's never ordered something on Amazon.
But can't her people do that for her?
Right.
I need shoes, order them for me?
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, sure. But, you know, if they go, yeah, which shoes were those? Did you want the ones with the open toe or the closed? And then she grabs her phone, double check. Yeah, it's the one. It's definitely the ones with the closed toe. Right? That's using the internet.
Yeah. And we're getting a lot of texts right now from people saying she posts on TikTok like all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
But is it her, though?
All the
Like, you
time.
think it's her that does it? Or
I don't believe you, Selena.
No, Maury
I love you and everything, but
Maury thinks she uses a fake arm and a fake thumb to hit record.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, to get around it, right?
But how did she get it? Amazon, right? How do you get on Amazon? Internet.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kanye West is again, he's pissed at everybody, man. So Kanye
When is he
West
not
so
pissed?
so now he's back to being pissed off at Forbes magazine because Forbes did their list of like the highest grossing entertainers, I guess it was.
Yeah.
And they had Kanye listed at $2 billion, and then Kanye is contesting that, saying that his net worth is $7 billion. But the way that Forbes works is they don't take future earnings into consideration. This is solely based on what you earned in the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
So Kanye's thing is, I have these 7-year deals with The Gap, and I have these long-term deals with whatever that pay me this. And so that should be included in my net worth to get me to 7. But they don't consider it to be that way.
Yeah, not until it hits your bank account.
Right. So he does have a ton of deals in place. And then, so I guess part of it was that he was just upset where he placed on the list because he's right behind Oprah, which is, I don't think that bad. And then Kim Kardashian is on the list with $1.8 billion. So, and keep in mind, according to Forbes, that's just what they made last year. So Kim made, according to Forbes, $1.8 billion last year.
If you're a billionaire,
Yeah.
I don't think you can complain about what level of billionaire you're
That's
at.
what I wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
Is it petty? Is it tacky? I don't know what it
Yes,
is.
both.
I don't know what it is. Like, what is it when somebody says you're worth $2 billion and you get like white hot pissed off because you feel you're worth $7?
That's passionate.
Is that passion, Maureen?
No.
That's what
If
that,
I was that, no, I would want people to be like, I'm higher than Oprah. Like, at that point, it's now a gamble who's on the list higher.
Like, so it's
Right.
like stature.
It's not, I have this much, it's, I should be at this number.
But I understand maybe feeling that way if there's a chance that you should be considered number one, right? But you're not Elon Musk.
Yeah, no.
Like you're at 7.
Like, he'll forever be number one.
Right. Yes. Right. But so now you're
You're fighting for 7th or 6th place, or
yes,
7th or 8th place?
whatever it is. Yeah, on the billionaires list.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, that's like
That's no.
Nah.
You
No,
like, keep
that's
your
a
mouth
battle
shut.
worth fighting.
No, enjoy
Fight it.
enjoy the commas, okay? Enjoy your commas.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
the copyright lawsuit that Ed Sheeran was dragged into back in 2017 over Shape of You is finally over. There is a verdict. So if you remember, there was an artist by the name of Sammy Switch who in 2015 released a track that he said that Ed Sheeran ripped off for Shape of You. So here's a little bit of Ed Sheeran's Shape of You.
I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body.
Okay.
Okay, and then here is OY by Sammy Switch.
Yeah, very close.
Okay.
Very, very close. Now, I don't know what the verdict is, so I'm going to guess that Ed Sheeran has to pay up to Sammy Switch.
And keep in mind that as soon as this lawsuit was launched, what that did was it prevented Ed Sheeran and his co-writers, Snow Patrol's John McDade and Stephen McCutcheon. As soon as the lawsuit was launched, they were no longer able to receive royalties from Shape of You.
Wow, all that time.
Yeah, until this
So
case
all
was
those
settled.
Spotify streams, all the radio play,
Everything.
all the Apple Music
Everything.
streams,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So the ruling is in. Judge Anthony Zaccaroli concluded that Ed Sheeran neither deliberately nor subconsciously copied the phrase from OY when writing Shape of You.
Wow, it sounds so similar, though.
So here is Ed Sheeran's response.
Hey guys, me, Johnny and Steve have made a joint statement that will be press released on the outcome of this case, but I wanted to make a small video to talk about it a bit because I've not really been able to say anything whilst it's been going on. Whilst we're obviously happy with the result, I feel like claims like this are way too common now and have become a culture where a claim is made with the idea that a settlement will be cheaper than taking it to court, even if there's no base for the claim. It's really damaging to the songwriting industry. There's only so many notes and very few chords used in pop music. Coincidence is bound to happen if 60,000 songs are being released every day on Spotify. That's 22 million songs a year, and there's only 12 notes that are available. I don't want to take anything away from the pain and hurt suffered from both sides of this case, but I just want to say I'm not an entity. I'm not a corporation. I'm a human being. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a son. Lawsuits are not a pleasant experience, and I hope with this ruling it means in the future baseless claims like this can be avoided. This really does have to end. Me, Johnny and Steve are very grateful for all the support sent to us by fellow songwriters over the last few weeks. Hopefully we can all get back to writing songs rather than having to prove that we can write them. Thank you.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
That's actually a pretty good statement.
Wow, it's a very good statement.
And also count that cash now, son.
Right?
That's a lot of money.
It is.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Masters start tomorrow, and Tiger Woods, who like almost died in a car accident not that long ago and like broke his legs in half, has gone through rehab. And not only gone through rehab, but Tiger Woods says that he wants to play, and not only play, but he thinks he's got a shot. Listen to Tiger.
Well, as of right now, I feel like I am going to play. As of right now, my recovery has been good. I've been very excited about how I've recovered each and every day, and that's been the challenge. That's why I came up here and tested out for 27 holes. But it's the recovery. You know, how am I going to get all the swelling out and recover for the next day? So we've got another day of 9 more holes, and then come game time.
Come on.
Right?
Yo, if this guy plays and he plays well,
bro,
I need to know which rehab center you went to.
Dude.
And which professionals you talked to, and also what drugs you were on.
Like, this is wild.
Because
like,
that accident
that's
happened
not that long ago.
Wasn't it last summer?
When was the car accident?
I'm pretty sure it was summertime.
No, it was, I think it was maybe longer than that.
No, it had to have been summertime. When he took that turn?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when that would have been. Maybe it was last summer. Maybe it was last summer.
Everybody thought that his
he was
career was finished.
Yeah.
I think
February 23rd, 2021.
February
Wow.
23rd, 2021.
Holy, so
Yeah.
a year.
A year.
Ago.
Yeah, one year.
And to come back,
Dude.
fully rehab?
Yeah, unbelievable. So anyway, so Masters start tomorrow. That should be kind of cool to watch.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
1 in 4 pet owners think that their pet has what it takes to be a social media star.
Yes, they do.
Everybody thinks that they have the cutest pet. Deepa, yes. Damn it, Maury, yes.
At Andy Monroe on Instagram.
Okay, a new poll of 2,000 pet owners found that they feel that their dog or cat has what it takes to not only be a star and go viral, but like sort of supersede their own life. Around a third say that they've already created at least one social media account for their pet, and many of those people said that their pet has more followers than they do. 40% said that in general, they prefer posting photos and videos of their pets than they do pictures of themselves.
Andy has more followers than Matthew.
Right.
And last week, Andy won a photo contest.
He did?
Yes.
What contest?
For a dog magazine. He is the March dog winner and is up for cover model.
What dog magazine?
Oh, I'd have to look that up.
How do you not know as the owner? Because you're the one that submitted.
Is it a dog magazine or is it a
Pet Collection Magazine?
Is that an actual magazine or is
It's
that
an
a Twitter
online-
handle?
No, it's an online magazine.
Okay, and what award did he win?
He got some dog food and toys this time, but if he wins in December, Andy gets $500.
Okay, so
No, but what was the award? Like, was it cutest?
Yeah.
Was it
no,
best
it's the
dog eyes?
No, cutest. Cutest
Okay,
and most
cutest.
votes.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
And Deepa, what awards has your cat Tubby won recently?
Nothing but my love and affection.
Okay.
So you're much like David Morey's dog, Andy Monroe. Your cat Tubby also has a Instagram account?
Yeah, he has an Instagram account. He's struggling a little bit. He's like been at 580 followers for the past month. So at Tubbs the Cat 1, if anyone wants to bump him to 600, because that's when the big bucks roll.
Okay.
Excuse
So-
me. How many, Maury?
3,000.
3,000 for Andy Monroe.
I bet on
my
Andy's page, I bet the engagement on posts that go up are way more than like what you get or what your husband get, right?
Oh, Absolutely.
Yeah.
When we got our new cat, the lady who got it for us and had all of the shots and the vet appointments and everything else, they gave us the full breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
And so Catherine and Roxy went out to, I don't even know where, like Hamilton or somewhere like this to pick this cat up. She's beautiful. But you got the report back, right? And so the vet, they give them marks out of like 10, right?
Yeah.
So on like coat, she got like real good marks. On all these other things, she got real good marks. And then you get to body, and they gave her a 6.
Oh no!
Right?
What?
And I'm
Isn't she like a kid?
and I'm like, my cat's a 6, and not only is my cat a 6, but my cat's a Hamilton 6. So, you know what I mean? So that's like
what, the rest of the country 4?
That's like real life 4.5.
Oh no!
No offense.
Yo, shout out to Hamilton. We love you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
God, man, Hollywood is just a different place. I'm looking at this house. Mark Wahlberg selling his house. Like the house where like he posts all his videos from his gym and all that stuff.
Sick gym.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, the market has to be so small for this. So he has 6 acres in Beverly Hills.
Damn.
And he bought like vacant land for $8 million in 2009. And then he built this house.
Mm-hmm.
And the house he built is 30,000 square feet.
No, it's too big of a house.
30,000 square feet. That's like a school.
Yeah. And
right?
how old are his kids? Like he's got how many? 3 kids?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they're young.
Even
right?
still.
They're young. So there's like a golf course and everything else. No. His neighbors are Denzel Washington, Sylvester Stallone, Justin Bieber, Eddie Murphy, and Samuel L. Jackson. And he's selling his house. He just put it on the market for $87.5 million.
Who the hell's going to buy that?
87.
No,
another Mark Wahlberg. Right?
I
it's all.
guess.
That's why all these famous people, they're like, so-and-so just moved into so-and-so's former house, because the only people who can buy these places are other super famous people.
Yeah.
That's why, you have like, there was that story. Who was just that story that he lives in, somebody lives in the house that Heath Ledger used to live at, and then somebody keeps trying to break in. Who was that story? It was the other day. There's like another famous person. It's all these famous people live in these, live in these houses.
It's this guy from No Doubt.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
the bass player for No Doubt, right?
Yeah.
So he lived in Heath Ledger's old place because that's the only thing that happens. Like all these rich people just buy all these other rich people houses, right? $87.5 million. There's a 5-hole golf course in his backyard.
Basketball court.
Yeah, there's a like a full-size basketball court in his backyard.
So if you buy this and you don't play basketball,
then you won't buy this place more. I don't think. However, Maury, I'm thinking that if you're in the market for a $90 million house, you're not going to go, nah, but I don't like the basketball court. You know what I mean?
Hire a contractor. Let's fill that in with grass.
No, that's like that show. Remember House Hunters?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So House Hunters, the secret with House Hunters was because I met a woman. I worked for a little while with a woman who used to produce House Hunters.
Okay.
And she told me the secret to House Hunters. And that was everybody on House Hunters, the couples, okay, you can only be on the show if you've recently purchased a new home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so they look for people who have recently purchased a new home. The home you just purchased is one of the 3 they show you.
So going in, you already have one.
What?
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes, because otherwise real estate deals fall through, loans don't come through.
And then you're left without a home.
And then you're left without an end of a show, right? So on House Hunters, every home, like the couples on that show, they had just recently purchased a show. One of the 3 houses that they were shown was the home they just bought. So the other 2 houses.
So when they're doing the walkthrough, they got to pretend like it's all brand like,
so,
wow.
And they have to say bad stuff about where they actually live?
So this, right, that's why you notice that, like, so they just find 2 other comparables on the market. Sometimes the houses aren't even for sale. They're just like friends of friends that they show them through.
Oh, no.
So on House Hunters, that's why if they walk into an empty house that has no furniture in it, that's the one that they're going to pick.
Wow, I did not know that.
And that's why sometimes on House Hunters, they will take them through a house that is way better than the one that they actually wind up picking. But you see, like, the wife will walk into the bathroom and go, oh, you know what? I love the house. I love the yard. We could totally raise a family here. But that towel rod in the bathroom is just like, ugh.
Yeah,
like,
no
it's
deal.
right. It's always the stupidest things, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's always the dumbest things. And that ceiling fan, please, I could never live here. But so that was the deal with House Hunters.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so I imagine that's what it would be like, Maury. Somebody looking for a $90 million house, they're like, ugh, but the color of that basketball court.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Where are we here? Let's talk about Kim Kardashian. Yeah. Good Morning America. She was talking to Robin Roberts. The whole family was, because they're launching their Hulu show, and she's doing a whole lot more talking about Pete Davidson. So I think that this is Chris, Chloe, and then you are going to hear Kim.
Kim has found new love.
Pete's great. He's a really nice guy.
He just makes her laugh, and she laughs all the time.
How serious is it?
I mean, I am a relationship kind of girl for sure, and I wouldn't be with someone if I didn't plan on spending a lot of my time with them. Obviously, I want to take my time, but I'm very happy and very content, and it's such a good feeling just to be at peace.
I saw on TMZ photos of, I guess maybe Pete went with Kim to go pick up the kids at school.
Yeah.
So you know, Kanye is going to be super heated about that.
Yeah. Maybe not though. Maybe Kanye's finally doing the right thing. Excuse me. Maybe Kanye pulled out of Coachella. Maybe Kanye is, laying low. He's getting the help. He's doing all that stuff, right? Speaking of Coachella, I don't know if you saw this story. So Kanye pulls out of Coachella. Mm-hmm. And then The Weeknd steps in. So they were panicking. They were panicking because they lost one of their headliners. And so The Weeknd stepped in, and then The Weeknd threatened to pull out because The Weeknd feels that he got a lowball offer. So according to Page 6, The Weeknd was demanding to be paid the same money as Kanye West. You know what they were paying Kanye West to do Coachella?
Like $1 million. $1.5 million.
8.5 plus
8.5 million
plus $500,000 in production fees. And then The Weeknd, who came in at short notice to take Kanye's spot, but the festival and AEG Live wanted to hold Kanye's money, so they offered The Weeknd far less, saying just a few $1 million, and then the festival would pocket the rest. Even after Coachella announced the new lineup on Wednesday, a deal was not in place for The Weeknd.
Oh, no.
And then he started threatening to pull out at the last minute if they didn't give him Kanye money. And then they say, quote, finally, yesterday, faced with the prospect of a second headlining act pulling out of Coachella at the last minute, they caved and agreed to give The Weeknd Kanye money.
Wow. That's crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's a lot of kind of like kinships or relationships in show business that on the surface don't make a whole lot of sense, but once you realize that they are a thing, when you realize that two people just have this connection, it makes you like them both even more. And that is 100% the case with Adele and Nicki Minaj.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Big fans of one another.
Big fans.
Like huge.
It's wild.
But you never see them like hanging out together, but independently, they big each other up.
And I love that. And so if you remember, Adele was on Corden. I don't know how long ago that was.
2016.
Is that what that was?
Yeah,
Wait, is this when she did the rap part for Monster? Yeah.
Yes, this.
Pull up in the Monster, automobile gangsta with a bad bitch that came from Sri Lanka. Yeah, I'm in a Tonga, Carol, Willy Wonka. You could be the king, but watch the queen conquer. First thing first, I eat your brain. Then I'ma start rocking your teeth and fangs. Cause that's what a monster do.
When you watch the video, when you just watch Adele's mouth, I know it sounds weird to say, but she's rapping every word for word perfectly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So Nicki Minaj was on Carpool Karaoke, the first one in a very long time, with Corden last night, and the best parts of this conversation are Nicki Minaj and Corden talking about that sort of mutual admiration that she and Adele share.
It's motivational speaking, James, for the world.
Why? Where does this British accent come from? Where does this use of a British accent come from?
It's motivational speaking for the world to see.
You know you just sound like Adele.
I know.
Go on, give me your best Adele impression.
I go viral for basically anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I sit down at the basketball game, right? I don't look in the camera. I do one of these numbers. I go like... And I'm viral. Do you know what I mean? Like, people pay for these sort of viral moments. Do you know what I mean?
Have you seen her version of your rap, the Monster verse?
Yes, I have.
What did you think when that came out?
I just loved it. I mean, she made me so happy. She embodied Nicki Minaj. She just naturally has that thing, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But it's different because, you know, she's singing these sad songs, so you don't expect it from her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So good.
She's wild. Nicki Minaj is so wild, man. I'm happy that those two have sort of found each other in a weird way.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Fans of Betty White.
Damn it, Maury, we're talking to you.
Yes.
Personal items that once belonged to the late Betty White, who passed away on New Year's Eve at 99, are set to hit up an auction house in September.
Julian's Auctions.
In all, there's 1,500 pieces taken from Betty's 2 California homes that'll be up for grabs, including clothes and jewelry actually worn by Betty White. Among the prized possessions up for auction will be Betty White's original director's chair that she sat on Golden Girls, which is expected to get somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000. Fans, this is the big one though. A first draft script for the Golden Girls pilot in 1985 with production notes, and it's signed by Betty White.
What?
That's up for grabs between for $1,000 and
in control of her estate that they're allowed to go and sell all this
All
stuff.
of her socials and everything are run by her longtime assistant. She's taken over everything, and she posted yesterday saying this was so heart-wrenching to go through everything and organize it for the auction house.
But shouldn't some of this stuff like live in a museum?
I'm sure some of the stuff will.
Like that script, right?
They're taking it on tour, right?
Mhm.
So they're going to take it on tour, and then so people get a chance to see it, and then it's all going up for auction. So also on the auction block are her Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award, her 1994 Television Academy Hall of Fame Award, the Entertainers 2015 People's Choice Award for Favorite Icon. All of those should start at around $800 to $1,200 on the auction block. Also included in the auction is Betty White's yellow painted front door from her home. Complete with the vintage brass knocker and everything else. So that should be around $2,000.
They take the door off the hinges and everything?
Bro, they're selling the woman's front door. Like, to me, that seems a little sketchy, unless the money is all going to somewhere great,
So that's
like one
my
of
next
Betty's
question.
charities.
Did they say,
It
David
hasn't
Morey,
said
were they-
yet, but I'm convinced a portion will go because she loved animals.
Oh, of course.
So a portion will go
Now,
absolutely to
out of
some
all
sort
the
animal
items that
shelter.
Roz was talking about.
Oh, I already know what I want.
Okay, so
What-
what's
what
on
do
your
you want?
list?
That chair.
The director's chair.
Not the script, huh?
No. I want the chair.
Hey, Maury, real quick before we go, if, God forbid, anything were to happen to you, what would be your most prized possession that would get the most at auction, do you think? What's the most damn it, Maury thing?
My water babies trophy from when I was a little baby. And I got a trophy
As opposed to a big baby?
And I got a trophy for going in the pool.
Deepa, what would yours be?
Oh gosh.
What would somebody
Like-
make some money off of?
My collection of Princess Jasmine dolls.
Oh,
I
right.
think they'll
You're
be
right.
worth a lot of money.
Because we've talked about them a lot on the
feel
show.
like
They're
50
very
of them,
personal
right?
to you, right?
A lot.
How many Princess Jasmines do you have?
Like in total, like my entire collection?
Or half?
No, give us
Whichever.
half,
You could
Deepa.
say half and then we
Yes,
could
I
double it.
want them.
Like we can do the math or you can do the math. Makes
I
no
think-
difference.
Memorabilia wise, I probably have about 50 to 60 different items.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Shem?
Oh man, my divorce papers? No.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Hey, man, you brought it up.
I know. I knew it was gonna come. My teeth? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Ew, you're gonna auction your actual teeth? We're talking
Listen,
about
man,
teeth
it's the
things.
only thing that people really like about
Yeah.
me.
Also, it's the only thing you have left after the divorce,
Wow,
right?
there it is.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.